Hey guys, it's Storm here with the Traveling Tempest YouTube channel, your host in trucking, driver of 8 years here, just trying to help people become better drivers or become them in the first place. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How to get your CDL in 2024. And as of the recording of this video, it's still not a super complicated process, guys. Um, Yeah, you just gotta start chewing the proverbial elephant. Okay, it's one bite at a time, everybody. Okay, so to get a commercial driver's license, you need to be at least 18 years old. Okay, um, that's for intrastate, which means within the state that you live in, whatever. Mine's Michigan. Hi. Um, so you got to be 18 to drive within your state, and then 21 to be able to drive between Michigan and say Indiana. Um, that's interstate. Okay, so two different. Intrastate is in your state, in your state. Okay, intrastate is state to state. Okay, all right. So, with that being said, you also have to be 21 to haul hazardous materials, which is primarily what I am specialized in, is hauling hazardous materials, which is which is cool. We like hazardous materials. Um, so then you will have to get a physical, a DOT physical. Okay, it's different than a regular doctor physical or an athletic physical. I don't really know how because I've only ever had DOT physicals for like the last 8 years, but um, I should probably get a regular physical. We should probably do that at some point, guys. Um, now, you also have to figure out which CDL you're going to need, right? A lot of people just go straight for A because A is the heaviest that you can pull. It's typically the combination you guys see on the highways or running through your towns. It's the 18 wheelers, blah, 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 blah. But there are CDL Class B, um, which is not something I'm very qualified to speak about because I've only ever hauled anything that is a Class A requirement. Okay. Um, now, every state will have a commercial learner's permit and a test that goes along with that. Actually, several tests that go along with that, especially if you're doing Class A. I believe the tests are general knowledge, air brake, and combination vehicle. I don't know if they've actually changed. And then if you want tanker, there's a tanker test. And if you want hazmat, there's a hazmat test. And then if you want passenger, there's a passenger test. And then all this other additional training that is now um, mand- mandated by the FMCSA that was not mandated when I first got started in 2016. Thank the Lord. Grandfathered in, baby. Anyway, um, so you'll go through all these tests. You will pass or fail. And then, depending on if you pass or fail, you will have to take them again, right? You can take them as many times you want. Most states have a limit on how many times you could take them within a single day, but you could take them as many times as you need to until you pass. So do not be discouraged if you fail the first time. The goal is not to pass the first time. I didn't even pass all my tests the first time. I was so freaking nervous. I don't know why. It's just a test. The computer can't fight me if I do bad, right? It just I was just nervous. I was a young 21-year-old storm traveling tempest, right? Whatever. Um, but don't be nervous. Just study, get after it, do your tests as many times as it takes to pass, guys. You will get there. Put in the work. Put in the work. You can do it. I promise. Lots of dumber people than you have done it, okay? People with less brain cells have gotten through it. You can do it, okay? The bar is real low. I promise. I'm doing it. I'm pretty dumb. Anyway, um, and you can attend a CDL school too, and they will walk you through all of this stuff. And guys, if you can go through a CDL school, I would highly, highly encourage you to do so, okay? And there's a couple reasons I do that. There's a couple reasons I encourage it. Um, and there are also a couple reasons why I encourage another way, okay? But I encourage everybody to learn new things, and whether you want to go to a CDL school or whether you want to go to a carrier to learn, that's on you. I went to a carrier to learn. I had a great time, but I know that not everyone is going to have the same experience as me, okay? I am me. I'm young, uh, was young when I got my CDL, right? I was very just open minded and willing to learn and, try to fully understand. Guys, just be open minded when you're learning all this stuff. You don't have to be great the first time you crank the damn truck, okay? You're not, in fact, you're not going to be. That's just how it is. Just give yourself some grace to get started, mess it up, keep practicing. You'll get there, okay? Um, so if you go to a CDL school, you'll do ELDT. Even if you don't go to a CDL school, you'll still do ELDT. For those of you who don't know what that means, ELDT is entry level driver training. I did not have to do any of that nonsense when I went through CDL school at a carrier. Okay. Um, Now, CDL school is great because you have you have a lot more practice with the basics. Okay. Um, you're it's typically a classroom setting. There's other people you can study with. There's interaction. There's all sorts of other things that are really good for just building morale and learning more effectively in a CDL school. Okay. You're going to get a lot of driving practice with a qualified instructor, and that's usually at the state level. Um, they don't necessarily have to have any experience. Okay. Most of them probably will, but they don't necessarily have to. Okay. Now, um, you're going to go through your CDL skills test. Okay. You're going to pass the pre-trip inspection. You're going to pass the basic controls test with doing all the maneuvers. The maneuvers have changed. I do not know what they are anymore, and they are different from state to state, guys, just like the pre-trip is. Practice, practice, practice. Memorize it like the back of your hand. You'll be fine. I promise. You'll be fine. And then the road test, which is the scariest part, right? You're driving the biggest vehicle you've probably ever been in through God knows where, God knows how long, etc., etc. Okay. Um, and then you'll have taken, and I don't know if this has changed either, um, but you'll take all your tests again, right, at the DMV to make sure that you have the knowledge for the endorsements that you need. If you're getting hazmat, there's a background check that has to be done. Passenger, there's a separate road test for passenger, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Just again, just a dumb truck driver on YouTube, guys, trying to help you guys out. Um, uh, you gotta go get a tanker endorsement if you wanted a tanker. There's doubles and triples, which is two trailers or three trailers. And some of you may have never seen that before. Some of you may have seen that before. And then school bus, which I thought school bus and passenger were the same, but I guess it varies from state to state, and they might not be. So, um, yeah. And I have pretty much all of these endorsements minus passenger because the thought of having other people that are not related to me that I am responsible for, okay, terrifies the shit out of me. I just don't want to deal with it because I don't want anybody to get hurt, right? Um, co-driver's a different story. He's a professional. He knows what he got into, right? uh, that's for you, Zach. Um, but yeah, guys. So you'll get your CDL after you do all the tests and all the entry level driver training and go through the rigmarole, right? Now, the carrier portion. right? I did say I would mention that part for you guys. Um, Carriers will offer training from start to finish. From start to finish. From start to finish, guys. A lot of carriers will offer them. Um, and not all of them are created equal, okay? Do your research. If you are going to go through a carrier, I would implore you to do so. Um, Likely your commitment to that carrier will be anywhere from 6 months to a year, and then you will not have to pay them back if you are able to give them 6 months to a year of your time, guys. Okay. Um, so as long as you're willing to do that and work for them for 6 months to a year, give or take, right? I have absolutely no idea anymore. This is from a guy who went through it in 2016. Okay. But I know that there are still a lot of training carriers out there. Okay. So just to recap before the end of the video, how we're going to get our CDL in 2024, you're going to check out your eligibility requirements. You're going to choose the right class. You're going to get your commercial learner's permit. You're either going to choose a school or choose a carrier. And you're going to go through the rest of the process. Okay, guys? It's not a super hard process. It's just going to take some time. You'll get there. Give yourself some time to get through the process. Give yourself some time to mess the process up. Okay? It's going to happen. Just keep working through the things and doing the things, and then eventually you will get the plastic thing that says you can drive the big 18-wheeled thing. Okay? I believe in you. So, this has been Storm, Traveling Tempest YouTube channel. If you got value from this video, or you know somebody who could get value from this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Uh, with that being said, guys, oh, itchy, sorry. Um, I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.